This is huge. The Boston Red Sox just robbed the MLB again for the second time in 3 days. I'm here to break down how they just handed out another contract extension, this time to the youngster Kristian Campbell, and how this is going to be a major deal later down the line. Welcome back to Red Sox Digest. I'm Houston, and we're going to be breaking down all of the bits and pieces surrounding Kristian Campbell's contract extension and how the Boston Red Sox once again in this 2 times in the same week have robbed the MLB. We'll break down all of that on this episode of Red Sox Digest. But first, before we get to the news and information, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. If you're a part of the near 90% currently watching this, not currently subscribed, thank you guys. But now let's get to it and break down not only how this is huge, but the Kristian Campbell extension. Now, there were conversations going on about this over the last week or so, revolving around Kristian Campbell and the Red Sox organization. Now, we didn't know for a fact of whether or not it was going to get done, but again, it was just announced by Jeff Passan just a few hours ago that the Red Sox and Kristian Campbell have come to an agreement on an 8-year, $60 million contract. Now, before you jump the gun and say 8 years, $60 million, and you start judging it off of that, please understand that this young man is 22 years of age. He is currently in his rookie year, and yes, his process and really journey to the pros and to the show level was expedited just a bit. He really randomly popped up, and he wasn't highly graded, if you will, as a prospect, and went on to mash home runs for a small period of time, if you will, compared to others like Corbin Carroll and, again, other high-level prospects back when they were, again, rookies just a few years ago, if, again, focusing on Corbin Carroll as an example. But, again, was expedited through AA to AAA and then into spring this past year. We watched him as, again, he was not great at the plate. Offensively, he was pretty close to terrible if you didn't want to beat around the bush. And again, we didn't really know what he was going to present to this Red Sox organization offensively in the big leagues, but defensively, we had a good idea that he was going to be average, if not just above average defensively at second base, as well as having the versatility to play a corner outfield spot, specifically left field. Now, up to this point, he's been pretty damn good. One of the best players all around for the Boston Red Sox through the first 5 games. Now, we'll first break down this tweet from Jeff Passan, as he did tweet it and break the news just a few hours ago, saying rookie second baseman Kristian Campbell and the Boston Red Sox are in agreement on an 8-year, $60 million contract extension that includes 2 club options, sources tell ESPN. Campbell, 22, is expected to be a franchise cornerstone. It is now locked up through 2034. This, I cannot even attempt to try to explain to you guys how great this is for the Red Sox. Now, we broke down Garrett Crochet's contract and how he got 6 years, $170 million. And I sat here and I told you this was a steal, because by the time this season comes to a close, and Garrett Crochet is not only in the conversation for a Cy Young award, but also he has an outstanding statistical production type of year, in the sense that he may lead the league in all of strikeouts. He might be in the tops when it comes to overall ERA, as well as a bunch of other major statistical categories that pitchers are really graded on and really judged upon. Now, Kristian Campbell is the second really example of this, as the Red Sox have jumped out before all of the hype really begins, and before we see any of the actual concrete proof in the sense of overall production on the diamond. They went out and took care of a young player who has the opportunity to be great for this Red Sox team for a long time coming. Now, Passan went on to then tweet once again, following up the original tweet with Kristian Campbell's deal with the Red Sox includes club options for 2033 at $19 million and 2034 at $21 million per sources. That would take the full guarantee of the contract up to $100 million over 10 years. If both options are exercised, Campbell would reach free agency at 32 years of age. Now, again, getting ahead of it now, he will be under contract if he does not decide to opt out of this contract at age 32. That is huge. He's under contract for the next 10 years, and the Red Sox are basically giving him pennies, especially if he goes out there and continues to play the way he has through the first 5 games for the Boston Red Sox. He has 4 doubles on the year, including 2 doubles that he hit tonight in a 3-0 victory for the Red Sox, as Garrett Crochet, who we mentioned earlier, was on the mound and was dominant. Now, quickly to highlight Campbell, 4 at-bats, 2 hits. He did score 1 run, as well as, again, both of those hits were doubles. The first one, he got jammed a little bit up and in. He was able to shoot the ball the other direction into the corner. He was able to get to second base, hustling out of the box. In the second one, he got a cutter or a sweeper away on the plate, and again, was able to hit the baseball away into right field. And again, it was phenomenal to watch. He's looking very, very, very mature game after game. And without a doubt, it's without question that players like Alex Bregman, like Rafael Devers, and other experienced veterans that are in the Boston Red Sox locker room are doing a good job at really leading the way. And I can't go without mentioning Trevor Story as another one of those role models, as tonight he had one of his best performances of the year, going 3 of 4 with 2 singles. One of them he was thrown out at second, hustling around first, attempting to stretch it into 2 bags, as well as a solo home run, the first run for the Red Sox tonight against the Baltimore Orioles. Overall, a really good game from the Red Sox. Rafael Devers picked up 2 hits after starting 0 for 20 to start the MLB season. He got a pair of singles, which is always good to see. Didn't seem like he was so tense tonight. There was a smile on his face once he got to second base after Rafael was able to score on his RBI single that resulted in them throwing home. He was able to then steal second in that sense, and good base running by the Red Sox. But again, about Kristian Campbell, he has been phenomenal for the Red Sox up to this point, batting .400 on the season. I know it's only 20 ABs, but again, he has 8 hits in those 20 ABs, and he's been very, very good. Again, 4 doubles, leading the Boston Red Sox. And honestly, he has to be leading the MLB at this point with 4 doubles already just through this stretch of games. It's really, really fun to watch. He does not have an error yet, both at second base as well as left field. Defensively, I was assuming coming out of spring training that was going to be the biggest plus to Kristian Campbell. The ability to move him from second to left field when need be, the ability to platoon him in that fashion, as well as being a right-handed bat. I assumed the offense would slowly but surely come. I did not expect anything close to the production in which that we've gotten up to this point, with over a 1,200 OPS through the first 5 games for young Kristian Campbell. I think the Boston Red Sox did a hell of a job going out there and paying him what they did up to this point because, again, just like Garrett Crochet, if he were to go out there and perform and put up these statistical numbers, his number is going to go up. His demand is going to go up greatly. And with that, the Red Sox got ahead of it, knew what they had in front of them, both with Crochet and Campbell, went out and paid the young men so they are taken care of for a long, long time before they have to go out there and renegotiate. I think this was a brilliant move by John Henry, Craig Breslow, Alex Cora, and the rest of the crew with the Red Sox organization, specifically in the front office. They knew what they had, and they went out there and took care of it before there was even any question about it. Again, I will say there were conversations going on about possible extensions with Crochet, with Campbell. Again, nothing concrete on whether or not something was going to or not going to get done this offseason or even in the opening stretches of the regular season. And obviously, the Boston Red Sox have left no stone unturned up to this point in the year, as again they've been battling in the games, and now they have taken care of 2 major pieces going forward for this Red Sox organization for the next 10 plus years. I'm ecstatic about this move from the Red Sox, this as well as Crochet, which I have to also mention because I do have it in front of me. He was dominant tonight, and this is one of the performances I was hinting at when we originally made the video about Crochet's extension. It was smart to go out and pay him, because if you didn't and you let this year go by and he continues to have outings like he did tonight against a high-powered offense in the Baltimore Orioles that, mind you, are in division, again, 8 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 8 Ks, 1 walk. He was phenomenal, posting a 1.38 ERA. Crochet is going to continue to do this, and when he does, that demand for the price is going to continue to skyrocket, just like Kristian Campbell and the overall production he continues to give us, or gives the Boston Red Sox. Defensively as well as now offensively, he is going to demand more money later down the line. So again, kudos to the guys with the Boston Red Sox going out there and making a huge splash. This is going to be huge going forward for the next 10 plus years. And just watch as Campbell's numbers continue to go. And again, the Red Sox could look back at this as well as the rest of the MLB and say, damn, this is a phenomenal contract. We did a phenomenal job going out there and securing him now before he went out and won AL Rookie of the Year, before he went on to do this and do that and name accolade after accolade. brilliant move by the Red Sox, not only with Crochet, but with Kristian Campbell. Let me know down below what your thoughts and opinions are on this massive extension. I will see you guys on the next episode of Red Sox Digest.